So we passed out a copy of the proposal that we submitted that you have selected as a finalist, but just in case, to refresh your memory if you had any questions that came up. And we'll just go through, this is basically recapping what's in the proposal but making it a little bit prettier and adding some photos. And then we'd love for you guys to ask us questions, and we'll have a couple of questions for you as well. All right. So we've grown a lot in the last year. So the quick version is that just since December 2015 to now, we went from serving 50,000 a month to 135,000 a month just in 1 year. We merged with another food bank. We're now the main food bank of Sacramento County. Tasha and I both work on the family services side, so the non-food. And this whole presentation and everything is about non-food. It's about clothing and helping people get back into the workforce, which aligns very well with some of your mission. So right now, and this is actually a really adequate number, accurate number, the 200,000. So we provide 200,000 articles of clothing to any resident of Sacramento County. That's just through our regular clothing program, which is one of our 14 programs and services. I'm not going to list all of those for you. We basically, any family can come once a month, any individual can come once a month to get clothing from the program, from Tasha. 20 to 25 articles per family, and they're lucky if they find that much that really fits them. But that's more than I hope anyone shops during a month. 25 new articles of clothing. So we kind of started Job Smart Clothing on the fly in some old vacant space before our renovation started. She knew we were going to have a renovation and the walls were going to be knocked down, and she said, I just want to start doing it anyway. So it was only about 6 months that we were operating a kind of a mini version of then what the proposal is, and now what our building renovation is creating for us is this new space. So it was a little tester that we knew we wanted to do. It became part of our renovation plans, and we'll explain that a little bit more. All right.
So Job Smart Clothing key points. Low-income clients who don't have access to the resources. The clothing is a huge barrier for people. And what we're finding is that folks were getting, job interviews, able to go to work, find work, but didn't have anything to wear. So we created this space, which is an amazing space. It's like a boutique, and it's very personal. And we set folks up with a personal stylist, and it's a one-on-one deal. So they're set up with a stylist, and we try everything on and go through really, really nice business attire and talk to them. It's like a total transformation. And after this takes place, we spend a lot of time crying. Me and the volunteers, it's so inspirational, and we just watch people transform. So it's been really great. Most of the folks that come in are graduates of our adult education program, but we do get referrals from outside agencies, and people can self-refer. Again, a personal stylist is assigned to each client, and we keep a relationship with folks. So folks come back, they check in with us, we provide more clothing because they get the job, and then they need more. They might start school, so they need clothes for school. A lot of people come in and need clothes for church, so we continue that relationship. Looking good, as we know, when you look good, you feel good, and you present better. Successful job applicants return. All services and clothing offered is free of cost, so no cost for anything.
And the entire clothing program, which is the operating 4 days a week plus all these by appointment, Job Smart Clothing is run with one staff member that you're looking at and a ton of volunteers.
A ton of amazing volunteers.
So obviously we've identified the need that we were finding a lot of our clients were letting us know, I don't have the right clothes to go to this job interview. So I might have the right skills, you've helped me with my resume, my cover letter's on point, I practiced my interview skills, and now I don't look right, I don't know how to dress, or what do you think about this outfit, and it's not right. And so that was something else we realized, we need to start helping them with this last step of getting them ready for their job interviews and potentially their new jobs. So created the idea of the Job Smart Clothing. Obviously we know Sacramento is an area in great need. We know that the Metro Chamber is working on tackling that. And we were finding that self-confidence piece was the one more thing we could assist with. The other aspect of Job Smart Clothing that's really great is once someone gets a job, or even a different type of referral, is I've gotten a new job, I don't have enough outfits to wear. Can you help me put together 5 or 7 that I can rotate and mix and match pieces so I actually have appropriate clothing to wear to work now that I've gotten that job? So we help with both the before and once the employment is secured.
And sometimes we're going into our regular clothing program and working with folks to pick out casual attire. So they may get a job as a janitor, and it wouldn't be appropriate to wear a suit to that job. So we're saying, okay, let's go find khakis, let's go find white shirts, specifically black pants.
Can we ask questions?
Yep,
please.
Yeah.
Is this a just food, have you copied this from another program, or
No.
is this, you've originated it here in Sacramento?
We originated it here, and I believe we're the only show in town. We were talking about the other finalists, and we have served people from WIND, from Women's Empowerment, so everybody can come to us, but I don't believe there's anything else like that in Sacramento.
Okay.
There
I
are
just think
other-
he had modeled it from something
No,
else national.
no, just kind of our baby.
There's other clothing programs within some of the agencies that we've mentioned, but they're specifically for their clients, whereas ours is the only like open to anyone in the whole county. When we were planning our renovation, in order to go visit another clothing program that was same scope, size, everything to get ideas, we went to San Francisco, to St. Anthony's. So it's the next closest in terms of scope of clothing program.
So I'll come on the heels of Casey's question. So Weave had opened up a lot of some of theirs for the whole purpose that folks would be able to go and get attire for interviews and all.
Yeah.
So, I'm not sure, I've lost touch with kind of all that they're doing, but do you interface with other nonprofits so that you can supplement and really further enhance some of what they're trying to accomplish?
Yes, Tasha can answer slightly more from firsthand than I, but so the clothing program, for example, is open 4 days a week, but half days. So the other half of the day is by appointments for this, as well as other nonprofits. We'll call and schedule with her and say, I'm bringing 10 of my residents, or can I have an appointment for this family that's in great need? So we do all of that with other nonprofits. So that has to be sort of with that set partnership. The other thing that we just recently went through was we had an abundance of clothing because we were closed for the normal large scale during our renovation. So since March, we've been doing just by appointment in a small, we've been renting like 3 classrooms at the old Cristo Rey High School, still doing just by appointment, but not our big clothing for the store. So we emailed all of our agency partners, any nonprofit that we ever interface with through all of our networking, and said, do you need clothing to supplement your programs? And shared all of that just during the last month.
And there may be times when another agency is having a special day where they're distributing business attire, so we share with them for those days. Or if we have an abundance of like specialty dresses or prom dresses, that kind of thing, we'll get calls and people will come and get those items. We can't give to agencies that are selling the clothes. So if they're selling it in a thrift store, then we're not able to give it to them. Because
Right, but their clients
right.
can come to you, or
Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
or they can
Anybody.
go to the say Weave thrift store, pull whatever off the rack, and come to you for accessorizing.
Absolutely. Anybody
Totally.
can come to us.
Yeah.
Anybody. And a lot of times we have more sizing. We find that we need plus sizes, we need big and tall for men, so we have those things because we ask for those things. So a lot of times it's a sizing issue, and so somebody from another agency may come to us because they don't have the sizes that their clients need.
Do you have
Yes.
tailoring and dry cleaning? Is that an affiliate, or?
We informally have that because and one of my volunteers does not want to put that word out yet because she actually does that, but we don't advertise that. But if somebody is coming to us, we have a lot of the youth from Job Corps that come and they can't say no. So yeah, we're doing tailoring, but don't tell anybody, it's a secret.
Well, I get Sean's hand-me-downs.
I already moved it. So we've mentioned a couple times there's a connection internally in our organization. That's with our adult education program. So we do GED, adult basic education. HiSET is also another type of high school equivalency, ESL classes. And then this other component is called job development. So we're having adults go through technology courses and also doing all those job preparedness workshops, one-on-one appointments, working with a coach or a mentor, resume, interviewing, job search, cover letter. So it's graduates from there that then very easy direct referral across the street to Tasha to get ready for their interview. We've identified, we've helped them do the resume, they've done the cover letter, they've secured the interview, and then we help them out with that last piece. That's where a lot of the clients come from, but again, anybody that calls or anyone that is referred by another agency or walks in and specifically says, I need clothes for an interview attire, they can get an appointment in this new program. Yeah.
So we just asked real fast, and you might get to it. Where's this building?
Where is this?
Yeah.
Close. So our main campus is on Broadway and between 34th, 1 block south of Broadway, it's on 3rd Avenue, between 34th and 33rd streets. And so it's by Old Soul and Oak Park Brewery. And we have the whole block. So it's
So
on.
that's the new location?
The new location is the renovated old location. So right across the street, what everyone thinks of as our Oak Park Sac Food Bank, we renovated that since March. So the whole outside looks exactly the same, except for some I don't know, accents and the windows and the overhangs, but the inside is completely renovated. But across the street, we have a new 2-story building that was in 2012, also. But
And this one's in which one?
this is going to be in the old, which is now new. The renovated old building.
Which I think is, for those that have been in leadership, isn't that where we've had nonprofit there?
In the big meeting room, yes, yes. There's still a big meeting room, but it's going to look a little different. So the clothing program got moved over in the building and about twice the size, and then we have a whole new area just for Job Smart clothing and a whole area just for clothing sorting. So it was a big part of the renovation. Yeah, but in the same old building. Okay. Yes. Oh. Newly remodeled and expanded space, and we're hoping to open February 1st. So at the very last slide, we're inviting you to our open house, which is on February 11th. So the goal is that we're moved in by February 11th.
And the new fitting rooms are a big, huge piece because we have folks try everything on because people don't know what fits appropriately. I mean, a lot of times people have really good intentions and we have to say, hey, that, you know, sequin mini skirt is probably not appropriate for a job interview. So fit is really good, is really important, and we want everybody to try everything on so we can work with them to make sure it's appropriate.
All right. So you want to talk about your folks?
My folks are special. But again, 100% of the Job Smart clothing participants are low income. They do not have the resources for interview attire. We're open to any resident of Sacramento County, but we're open to anyone. So there's folks that come to us that don't live in Sacramento County as well. We don't turn anybody away. We don't have a lot of red tape, like here, take what we have to give you, but more of the boutique feel. I found that people get excited about the bags. We started asking for bags, like Nordstrom bags or Gap bags or whatever, and we had folks that were like, I can't believe I have a Nordstrom bag, and they walk out with all their, and you know, those are things that we all take for granted, but they mean a lot to people. So that's a big, big deal, and that dignified, you know, respectful experience is important.
This is just a little add-on. Basically, one of the things I'm seeing with a lot of our clients is I might be working with someone, be like, this person totally qualifies for this job, and they have the skills, and they're such a great person, and they're going to represent well, but they might be the exact same as 100 other people. I just posted for an entry-level position on Monday. I have 150 applicants. And so it's going to be very hard to dig through that and try to find that right person. And these are our clients. Those are the same type of folks that are really struggling with that competition. So if we can help them with that one more leg up of giving them maybe an outfit they look slightly better, or just that confidence, or they knew like, oh, I shouldn't wear that to an interview, that last little thing might put them over the edge. So it's been pretty quick. All right, so, oh, here's the money one. Why we need your funding. So the renovation is about $400,000 over budget. We have existing equipment, but a lot of, it's all old stuff that's been in the clothing program probably since like the 80s, at least. And some of it's barely functional and things that we've kind of like jerry-rigged over the years. But that's kind of what you do if you work at the food bank. You sort of make stuff work. We don't have any contingency funding left for new equipment for this space. And this is fulfilling the unmet needs, like I mentioned, computers, rolling racks. And right now, we don't have any other identified funding sources for these items. All right.
I consult with Macy's.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that last night.
Yeah. So the really other cool thing I think about the proposal is that there's so many ways that Metro Chamber members can get involved. So it's not just here's your money and see you later, but, well, first off, it obviously aligns with the Metro Chamber's goals. We can always take in-kind donations, so people can do these at their own businesses and do like a business attire clothing drive. We can come collect it. You don't even have to bring it down to us. You can bring it down to us individually, but the volunteerism I think is really cool. So it gives this opportunity to work one-on-one with the adults on both sides, on the clothing side and on that job preparation side, So we have volunteers that are mentors and coaches. So they have appointments basically based on your availability, and then we will match you up with a client that's seeking an appointment. So you come in, we already have someone ready for you to work on interviews, to critique that cover letter, work on the resume, kind of build up their confidence a little bit, and give them some of your own personal experience. And I even do this with people because I supervise staff, and sometimes it's like, I'm sure they want to hear from someone a little bit more experienced, a little bit older than just the girl at the other side of the hall. But it's the first time someone's told them that. And I think to have someone giving them that honest but also kind feedback really helps people out, so they're not making the same mistake over and over. And then tell them all the things volunteers can do with you on the clothing side.
So the clothing side is really cool, and there's not a lot of pressure on the clothing side. The clothing program is a place where you can just drop in and volunteer. So for folks that have really busy schedules, you can just come in at your convenience and just show up for like an hour and sort through clothes, and it's really, really fun. And if you're a shopper like me, it kind of helps you with some of that too, because it's really fun to shop for other people.
And on Wednesdays we're up until 8 p.m.
We're up until 8.
So you can come after
And
work.
like this space where we are, they have a group from here that comes and volunteers with us on a regular basis and really gets to know people. And again, no pressure. You're just coming in when you can and working with folks. And our people are amazing, and they're so fun to work with. And the personal stylist part, you would need to, that's more of a structure thing, so that's by appointment, but that's also something that would be really nice.
And you can also schedule groups, so just to come in with a group of 15, 10, 20 people from your company and do a big volunteer day of sorting clothing, which would help us, stock new items in the Job Smart clothing area plus the regular clothing floor. But you can do stuff as an individual or as a group. All right, so measuring success, I think it was one of the questions too, basically just on the number of individuals. So both serve with job development and then also Job Smart clothing appointments. And then due to this new space, with this ability to do 75 people a month, which is something new we weren't able to do, we're expecting, which is a scary number to me, 1,100 new clients to be served through this, which is a lot if you're thinking about one Tasha. But yes. All right. Sustainability, they're non-recurring costs, so once we have them, we're good to go with a lot of the items that we need. We are additionally funded, obviously, for just normal operation of the clothing program and Job Smart clothing through general operating funds. The State Street Foundation did give us $7,500 to offset personnel costs, so we're looking to hire a part-time Job Smart clothing assistant to help Tasha with all of the appointments and her volunteers. And then obviously we are able to offset costs by using volunteers. So some incredible numbers up there with last fiscal year, 258 volunteers giving, close to 10,000 hours, which is just incredible. When you try to, then that's the equivalent of 5 Tashas, which we definitely need. All right, this is you.
Okay. So this is a testimonial from a woman who came in and used our services, and I don't necessarily read it, but I'm kind of proud of it. It says, "Hi Tasha, I hope you are doing well. I wanted to let you know that I got the job. Thanks to you and Mary, I look and feel great every day. Also, I am encouraging family and friends to make donations, especially of work clothing, to the food bank and this program in particular. The quality of the clothing, the compassion and encouragement of the staff, and the joy I felt walking out of the food bank far surpasses any other clothing organization I have ever used. Please know that the work you and your staff do really makes a difference. Thank you doesn't even begin to express how grateful I am." And we experience this type of gratitude all the time. It's amazing.
I called one lady last night to see if she could actually come with us, but her job starts at 4 p.m. But she went through our program, got clothes, and got the job. And I explained to her, she's like, "Oh, good luck, no, things are going so great, and I still can't thank you guys enough, and I'm sorry I can't get down there to see you, but I'm working now." And so it's kind of the nature, is we love up these people, we are with them so much, and then they're gone, which is fine, because it's the goal. But it's so sad. It's like, I miss you. Yeah.
If we never see someone again, that's okay. And we usually see them again because they come back and donate.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that everyone can do, is donate clothing.
All right, so in summary, the clients are low income and they need help and they're seeking to better their lives. That's kind of the really cool part, I think, about our jobs is I've heard people say, "Oh, I don't know how you do what you do every day. You get run down by seeing all that." And I'm like, no. I see people that want to better themselves every single day, like the cream of the crop, basically. These are people that are out of the house seeking that next step to make their lives and their families' lives better. This project works really well between our clothing and adult education program with the job development. And basically what's going to happen is that our Oak Park campus is becoming our family services campus. So it's going to have all 7 of our family services that work really close together, and everything refers to everything else, and to have these 2 even closer connected is going to be great. And then obviously the Metro Chamber has this opportunity to write, this is our mission statement, helping families towards self-sufficiency and financial independence, funding this critical infrastructure, volunteerism, donating, and having that opportunity to mentor as well. And our grand reopening that I all want you to come to, so you can see inside, is on the 11th from 10 to 12, and that's inside the building. So take like an early lunch. You don't have to stay 2 hours and just sneak in. We'll have refreshments, but we're very excited, and I'm so glad we have a date, because then I can like hold everyone to it, including the builders and everyone else. Like, you have to be out because we have to have a party. And questions? Yes.
So actually back to that last slide on the date, because I know Laura wanted to take a picture. Gotcha. So if you're having a grand reopening, what role, I'm trying to figure out how efficient or how helpful this group truly can be as far as in getting the facility up and running. It sounds like most of the volunteer work is really not, it's mentoring or the volunteering to sort clothes and so on, but not really the creation or setting up of the space.
Then I have given you the wrong impression.
Right.
Yes.
So currently everything is completely bare and blank, and all of our old supplies are either spread out between the old Cristo Rey High School or our old off-site warehouse, or hopefully with funding we will purchase and then need to set them up and get everything set up. So again, we need help and manpower to do even that, doing the move-in, doing the setup, doing the, I think that the mirror should go here, I think that the men's clothing rack should go here, so none of that is decided.
Which is kind of the second question real quick, is so you don't really have a space plan?
There's just a room, but as far as what's in the room, no.
Okay.
But it's specifically for Job Smart Clothing.
Yes.
So there's 2 fitting rooms. It's a nice space.
It's all your space, but you don't
Our
really
space.
know how to lay it out.
It could be your space.
Same with the larger clothing program space. Again, large space, but we don't have it exactly like this rack's gonna go here, this is gonna go there.
And we'd hate to put a lot of old broken equipment into a really pretty new space. And some of our equipment won't make it back. It won't come back.
It won't make it
yeah,
another
we'll make
move.
a trip over, you know.
Yeah.
But your goal is to get it outfitted by 11.
Or at least somewhat, yeah. I think, you know, we wanna open.
Just to train everyone.
Yes, that's right. We wanna open for clients again. Our goal was February 1st, and so I'm sort of saying that like a little bit sadly, because I'm not confident that the movers or the contractors will be out and we get the occupancy permits and can move in by then. So I think it's a little bit of trying to do the best we can and still helping people with appointments, and even if we say, oh, we'll open and just do 2 days a week because we're still setting up. Yeah, but no, we know it'll be a quick turnaround. If we're able to get funding, then we would want to get everything and get it in by the 11th as best we could. Yeah, yeah. But we would love help with spatial planning because I see his wheels turning. I'm very excited about that.
No, I just think of Matt every time this thing comes up.
Oh, I should be looking at you. Okay.
He's the architect, not me.
Yeah.
I'm the engineer, remember that?
Yeah.
Who's married to them.
Yeah, very.
Any other questions?
You wouldn't have to have a photo of the space as currently set.
No, that's terrible of me. I'm sorry, I can
That's
send
okay.
that. I can send it over. If you want, I can
Sure.
send it to you.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
sure.
take photos on a weekly basis to show the progress, and it goes in our internal staff email, so it's not hard for me to find. Yeah.
That Macy's connection would seem to be really tight.
I love
Yes.
Country
Yeah.
Club
Yeah.
shut down because of, you know, I doubt if they want to take much of that with them.
I'm sure they will. Well, and Mike has a connection with
Right.
him.
I think they'd rather have a tax deduction.
And it's tax
Right.
deductible for
That's
them.
gonna cost you your next
I did. That's your connection.
Yeah.
Sorry to set you up like that, Mike.
It's okay. We can figure it out.
Thank you so much.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Thank you.